Good morning, Zambia. Good morning, Africa. Good morning, comrades, and good morning, friends. Welcome to this latest update on Swaziland. This is an update where I give you the latest that is happening in Swaziland in terms of the crimes that are taking place there against humanity. And if you're just joining me, please share this stream in as many groups as you can, because a lot of people in Africa, in Zambia, have to hear about this. I'm Zambian, but I'm equally concerned about what's happening in Swaziland, because what is happening in Swaziland can easily happen in Zambia. This is a country or a kingdom where the king has gone to war against his people because they are fighting for the right for democracy. This is a kingdom that has been ruled with an iron fist since 1973 by a small family of selfish and greedy people, the monarch of Swaziland, of King Mswati. And now the people have arisen and they want to determine their own fate. They want to determine their own destiny. Now, I've received a fresh list of deaths. Remember last time I went live to inform you on the situation on Swaziland, I told you to say more than 50 people had been massacred, shot in cold blood by the Eswatini military. And I also told you to say that the government was claiming to say that these people that are being killed by foreign mercenaries. I dispelled that assertion. I dispelled that nonsensical position that was being peddled by the government of Eswatini. I dispelled that assertion, which was also backed by the ruthless and merciless and heartless princess of Eswatini, Skanyiso Dlamini. Now, I have with me a list that I've received, and this is from inside sources, from within Swaziland. Okay? I want to read this out to you, because this indicates to say that there is a serious massacre going on, and because internet has been shut down in Swaziland, we are not really seeing what is happening inside there. But the massacre and killing there is as serious as anything that we have seen in Africa. We don't know about the exact date, but these are names that I've received. And I want to read them out, because these are people who have been killed with families, with brothers and sisters, with fathers and mothers. Real people, real Africans like you and me, who have been killed simply because they are fighting for the right to self-governance and democracy and a better life. And the mainstream media, none of the media are covering this issue. Because like I told you, some of these media are controlled. They are controlled by the state. And these African states are in favor or in bed with Mswati because they are baddies. They can't report the truth. Now, the Eswatini, the Times of Eswatini, reports that there are 9 people that have been killed and 100 injured. That is the mouthpiece, the government mouthpiece of King Mswati is telling us, at least they have admitted. They have admitted that there are people that have been killed. But what they have done is that they have reduced the numbers, drastically reduced the numbers. Last time I told you there were 50 plus. Today we've got a list of 23 more people that have been killed. These are not statistics, these are real people. And I want to read the names of these people. Number 1, people that have been killed or massacred in Swaziland, shot by the Swazi military. Number 1, Tuba Ngwenya, 19 years old. Mabutso Mandodo, 23 years old, killed by the Swazi military. Gladys Dlamini, 16 years old. Small boy Lulu, 19 years old. Tuba Nzimanze, 32 years old. Number 6, Mbuya Dlamini, 40 years old. 7, Musa Maziako, 28 years old. Number 8, Tando Mbuvu, 25 years old. 9, Nole Matsebula, 16 years old. Number 10, Bongiseni Gamedze, 24 years old. Number 11, Simile Sangweni, 36 years old. 12, Dandla Kunene, 15 years old. A small boy, 15 years old, killed by the Swazi military. Number 13, Mankwaba Matsenjwa, 29 years old. 14, Tandeka Dlamini, 38 years old. 15, Bongani Shongwe, 20 years old. Number 16, Machwe Mlanga, 15 years old. Another young person, 15. This is a child. Children are being killed in Eswatini by the forces of Mswati. Number 17, Sifiso Ngomezulu, 12 years old. This is a baby. Baby butchers. Mswati is a baby butcher. 18, Seselo Matsenjwa, 31 years old. 19, Siboniso Shongwe, 28 years old. 20, Beninkosi Dlamini, 16 years old. 21, Beninkosi Nandi, this is the same family. Two people from the same family have been killed by the Swazi family. Benkiso Dlamini, 16, a small boy, and 21, Benkosi Nandi, 42. 22, Bongi Magagula, 21 years old. 23, last but not the least, Lungelo Vilakati, believe it or not, 5 years old, a baby. Mswati's forces know no boundaries. They have killed a 5-year-old, the youngest victim in the massacres in Swaziland. A 5-year-old, a baby, probably on his mother's back, shot dead by the forces of Mswati. Now tell me if this is not a crime against humanity. Tell me if this is not a crime that ought to be prosecuted and condemned by all well-meaning Africans. I'm saying all well-meaning Africans, civilians, citizens, as well as heads of state. Tell me if this is not a crime against humanity.
Is connected successfully.
This list is only the one that has been compiled. Otherwise, there are many more. 6 more unidentified bodies are at DAPS. Okay, that's what it says. 6 more bodies have not been identified at a place called DAPS. I don't know if it's DUPS or DAPS. So we have a problem here, and it's a problem that needs to be addressed. Just give me 1 minute. I need to turn off my device. It's disturbing the stream. Thank you very much for your patience. So what I'm saying is that this which is happening in Swaziland is a crime against humanity. And the blood of these people that have been slain in cold blood is not only on the hands of King Mswati. The blood of these innocent Swazis that have been slain in cold blood is not just on the hands of the princess, the wicked princess, Sikanyiso Dlamini. The blood of these people that has been slain is also on the hands of all those people who watch in silence what is going on in Swaziland and decide to do nothing. The people who hate us most are not the people that do evil to us, but the people who watch as evil is being done to the people of Swazi. I can't criticize the AU because the AU is a useless organization. The African Union or the Onion, the African Union, is a useless organization. I can't fight for the African Union. They're a waste of taxpayers' money, and they're a disgrace to the people of Africa. They are sorry for that break in transmission. We have a network challenge. But however, I'm still going to continue where I left off. In my preamble, I was saying the massacre in Swaziland continues, and we've received a new list of people that have been killed, name and age in Swaziland. And I read out the list to you of 23 people. I'll read it again at the end of this stream. But basically what I'm saying is that we ought to condemn in the strongest possible terms the massacre of people that is going on in Swaziland. The latest update is that internet in Swaziland is still shut down. Why? So that the Mswati regime, so that the military can butcher people and kill them outside the eye of the world and the eye of Africa. They want to continue butchering and killing people in secrecy, thinking that information won't reach the world, but information is reaching us. And the latest is that despite the leading organizations in Swaziland calling for a mass stay away, calling for people for a mass stay away from work, from all activities, we still have continued to witness deaths. And the 23 people have been killed, the youngest being Lungelo Valikati, a 5-year-old child, killed by the Swazi forces. I've read the list for you. And what is happening right now is that soldiers are now going door to door in Swaziland, breaking doors. You have seen the previous videos which I posted about the situation in Swaziland. The recent one was I think 2 days ago. It's on my YouTube. If you have access to YouTube, go to YouTube and type Mainda Simataa. You're going to find the video that I did on Swaziland the past 2 days. There are videos of soldiers actually breaking in people's homes. Soldiers breaking into people's homes, brutalizing them, killing some of them. That is what is going on in Swaziland. And they are breaking in and they are demanding for lists. They are demanding for a list to see what people, the slips of what the items that people have bought because of the looting. So they want to see slips indicating what have you bought, what do you have in this house. Everybody is a suspect of looting now in Swaziland. There are roadblocks all over the roads in Swaziland, stopping people. And believe it or not, when they stop these people, they are demanding to see their phones and they are demanding to see their Facebook timelines. They are demanding to check their WhatsApp. There is no right to privacy in Swaziland. That's a military junta that is ruling in Swaziland. It's no longer a monarchy. It's a military junta led by the butcher of Swaziland, King Mswati. That is what is happening. Stopping vehicles on the road, asking people to produce their phones, to check their Facebook timelines and WhatsApp. Can you imagine anything more ridiculous than that? Asking people to check their phones, to check videos, in case they have recorded something that will expose the brutality that is happening in Swaziland. That is the massacre that is going on in Swaziland. And what I'm saying is that the blood of these people is on the hands of King Mswati. The blood of these people is on the hands of Princess Sikanyiso Dlamini. The blood of these people that are being killed in Swaziland is on the hands of the impotent SADC, the impotent AU, or the African Union. Because every time there's a crisis in Africa, the AU is silent. We all cry. It's like an onion. When it peels, we cry. The blood of these people is on the hands of every African leader that has decided to turn a blind eye to the crisis and the butchering and the killing that is going on in Swaziland. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And the resources, or rather the resources coming about the killing coming in from the Swazi press or the Eswatini Times has admitted that there are deaths that are being caused by killing of soldiers. On their list, the Times of Eswatini reports 9 dead and 100 injured. Now, if a government mouthpiece can report to you, I don't know about the government mouthpieces in your country, but here in Zambia, the government mouthpiece or the newspaper, if they say that 10 people or 20 people died out of a hunger stampede, because in Zambia there was a time that 30 people died because there was a stampede for food parcels. Food parcels were being given somewhere and there was a stampede, 20 died. Do you know what the press reported? Or the government mouthpiece? They said only 3 people died. From 20, only 3 people died. So you can imagine in Swatini, if the government is telling the world that 9 people have died, multiply that by 10. And the real figure is above 100. 50, I told you last time. 23, this is the new list of names that I received. That is the crisis that we have going on. What is supposed to be done and who is supposed to do what? Number 1, we are calling on the government of Mswati to step down. Mswati, it's time to go. Mswati, your time is up. The world has moved on from the era where kings ruled the world. This time people want to lead themselves. They want democracy. Real democracy, not the democracy that we have in Africa here, which is the imitation of democracy. But at least even that limited, handicapped form of democracy, give it to the Swazi people. It's not up to you to decide how the people of Swazi are going to be ruled. It's not up to you to decide what form of government the people of Eswatini must be ruled by. Give the people of Eswatini the right to self-rule. And this should be the call for every African leader to call on Mswati to step down, to stop the butchering of innocent civilians. At this time, I would have expected that the SADC, the AU, the United Nations, the EU must have sent troops in Swaziland to prevent Mswati's troops or mercenaries from killing people indiscriminately. There is no way the government of Eswatini, there is no way Mswati and his wicked princess, Sikanyiso Dlamini, can be claiming that no, they are foreign mercenaries in Swaziland. There are no foreign mercenaries in Swaziland. They are only local mercenaries, groomed, fed, and paid and sponsored by King Mswati to kill and butcher the people of Swaziland. The UN, the AU, must send troops in Swaziland to stop the killing of innocent women and children. The youngest of whom is Lungelo Blakati, 5 years old. These are crimes against humanity. We want to see active response, decisive response from the organizations that have been set up to see to it that there is peace in Africa. That we don't allow certain butchers or demagogues and dictators in Africa to have their way and massacre everyone that is opposed to them. So I'll continue to update you on the issues that are rising in Swaziland, on the death toll. The latest death toll stands at over 100. 50 I gave you last time, but at the moment I have received 23. These are from sources, credible sources inside Swaziland, both from Pudemo and SUDF, the Swaziland United Democratic Front, and Pudemo, an organization, a political organization which I believe has been in existence for over 38 years. They celebrated their 38th anniversary this year. So we are calling to an end for the butchering of people in Swaziland. And if you're watching me, share this as much as you can, because the world has to know what is happening in Swaziland. If the world does not know what is happening in Swaziland, Mswati, the butcher of Swaziland, will continue to butcher babies, youths. The majority of the names that I've read out to you are youths. And because there was a transmission in break, I just want to finally read the list of people that have been killed very quickly. Chumba Ngwenya, 19 years old. Mabuto Mandodo, 23. Gladys Dlamini, 16. Smallboy Lulu, 19. Juven Zamanze, 32. Mabuya Dlamini, 40. Musa Mzako, 28. Tanjo Mvubu, 25. Nlole Matsebula, 16. Bongiso Glamede, 24. Smile Sangweni, 36. Nandla Kunene, 15. Mankoba Mswati, Makoba Matsenjwa, 29. Tandeka Dlamini, 38. Bongani Shonge, 20. Machawe Mlanga, 15. Sifiso Gomeza, 12. Sichelo Mtenjwa, 31. Sibongiso Shongwe, 28. Bezinkosi Dlamini, 16. Bezinkosi Nandi, 42. Bongi Magula, 21. And Lungelo Blakati, 5. These people have been massacred by the government of Swaziland. We don't know if they are going to be buried. And by the way, 6 more bodies have not yet been identified at a place called Dupa. And soldiers are busy going door to door, knocking, breaking down doors, knocking in doors, asking people to produce their phones and produce their Facebook timelines and WhatsApp timelines. I've received this is first-hand information that of the crisis in Swaziland, of the war against people in Swaziland that is going on. So I'll continue to update you on issues arising in Swaziland. There is a crisis that we should not pay a blind eye to. Remember, the greatest crime does not come from those people, those evil governments, and those evil kings or presidents that send their armies and police to butcher us. But the greatest crime is to remain silent in the face of injustice. If you are African, if you are within this continent we call Africa, if you practice the spirit of Ubuntu, of solidarity, of looking after one's neighbor, you will share this video and you will ensure to say that the world gets to know about it. The legacy of King Mswati and his butchers and his princess, evil, wicked little princess, Sikanyiso Dlamini, their legacy will be that of butchers. Their legacy will be that of a king that massacred his own people to stay in power. That will be the evil legacy. And it will continue to be a topic of discussion, a topic of critique of African leadership, of refusal to give in to democracy for years and years to come. Thank you very much for joining in this live stream. And I'm going to upload this live video. There's another one that's cut. I'll probably put them together and upload them on my YouTube page so that you can get to see and hear the real news, the real updates, without anything that is being censored, without leaving out anything of the massacre that is going on in Swaziland. So if you are on YouTube, go to YouTube, type Mainda Simataa. You will find this video in the next few minutes, and I'll keep to update you. I'll keep on updating you. So the people of Swaziland, my message to you is keep on fighting. Don't give up. You are almost at the finishing line. There is always a price to pay for freedom, and that price has been paid in blood. And believe you me, press on a little harder, and this king is going to step down. This king will be just another chapter in the history of Africa. He's going to go away, and his little wicked princess is going to become a commoner. I pray that she becomes someone else's maid, mopping the floors of people's homes, so that she feels how it feels to be a Swazi without a job, a Swazi who's been disempowered, a Swazi who's had his land sold to foreigners like Chinese. Thank you very much, and let's keep the spirit of Ubuntu. A luta continua.